Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Edge of Midnight. We would absolutely love it if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. If you're looking to support the stream, make sure you check out our merch shop, become a patron on Patreon, and go to thecrookedmoon.com to find out about our very first Kickstarter. We've launched the Evantris publishing wing with its success, thanks to all of you. We're producing a folk horror 5th edition supplement called The Crooked Moon, and it's the biggest adventure we've ever gone on as a group of friends. There are so many wonderful offerings like dice, pins, plushies, minis, a tarot deck, and more. So make sure you pick up your copy of the book today. Thank you.
Thank you for being here on this Tooth's Day. We are Legends of Evantris, and we will see you in the mist.
Hold on.
No, just when our heroes thought they had gotten out of the proverbial frying pan, it seems as if they've fallen into an equally proverbial fire. I guess it stands to reason that all of your problems don't suddenly just end because you killed the big monster. And now the most hated antagonist is dead, and not even at their own hands. Did he deserve it? Well, that ain't my place to decide. Is it yours? You stand in this portion of the forest, significantly different from the forest that you've been walking through, that you've traveled through. Different than the forest that you walked through to get to the mines, where you saw the horrific horse abominations that the guards had turned into. Different than the forest that you had traveled through when you were being stalked by a gigantic beast of the woods. Different than the forest that you had walked through to get to Maggie Macduff's cottage. This is tainted. It's crooked. And it has been mere moments since you watched William Van Brunt pulled into the gnarled roots of this tree. It's been mere moments since, Yorgrim, you heard the voice whispered to you to do it. To not back down. To not be a coward. But you stayed your hand all the same. And you all stand in this place. The bloody soil is still seeping into your shoes, into the bottoms of your pants, your fur. The gnarled roots are still inching ever close to you, the teeth clinging to them in haphazard ways. The moonlight is still piercing through the canopy of the trees. And it is quiet. Eerily quiet. Unnaturally quiet.
What happened? It sounds like Billy was just brutally murdered by trees and blind.
And Yorgrim, you are still suffering from the poison that had coated the caltrops. You
Forgot about that.
The venom is extremely painful as it sears at your eyes. The stinging is causing your eyeballs to throb, you begin to feel the beginnings of a headache.
Question for DM.
Yeah.
And we had just heard the voice of Kellen, correct?
Yes.
What, can you remind us what she said?
I have to go to my notes from last session.
Even a paraphrase was it? crucial?
She
She
just said crickly crack at the very end.
Okay. Okay. Crucial.
Yeah, that if you're what specifically she was asking Yorgrim, she was basically just antagonizing him to
Okay.
Do it.
to do it.
Do it. What was that voice, Garsh? That didn't sound like Virgil at all.
You don't remember. That voice, you don't remember.
No, I don't remember
Should I
either.
remember that voice? Sounded kind of, strangely dark. But
Should
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
Jericho was
We don't remember
I've got a lot of voices up in here, and it's mostly not so dulcet, Tony.
I'm going to sheath my sword and my shield, and I am going to walk closer to Yorgrim and put one of his arms around my neck and shoulders and kind of hold you up and help guide you and say, Yorgrim, I'm sorry, I don't have the strength to heal you right now, and I understand that you are in pain, and it feels as though no good deed goes unpunished, but you did the right thing, and for that I am proud of you. I'm with you. I am with you.
Thank you, Marius. That's okay. I can carry on like this.
There's no need. Bring him here.
I will guide you over to Farron.
I'll
Fucking chair, man.
I know, I was thinking it all last session.
ChurchCheersForLess.com. Not sponsored.
Oops. We're all shaking.
Use code Adventurous10 for
It doesn't exist. Don't do that. If you do that and it works, I don't know what that means.
Your D&D table can sound like the freshman dorm room.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That was funny.
That's exactly what one of
That
yours-
sounds like an upgrade.
That was funny.
Yorgrim, nail down for me.
Okay.
Gosh. That looks mighty painful. I have nothing to contribute. I'm just saying, Garsh, it must be real bothersome to have eyeballs and blood for venom to get in on account of it seeping into your blood vessels.
Let them have that moment.
Jeez.
I'm gonna let them have their moment, but as
You have your moment.
That was very Kanye West of you. That was very Kanye
but
West.
Beyonce had the bet. No, I'm gonna lean in. I just want to get a sense of what may be blinding Yorgrim, like what his eyes look like at this time. I'm just staring, so I'm not saying anything.
You're covering
or
your eyes
interrupting.
right now?
They look like this.
No, they're walking. I'm just normally blinded. This was just for the effect. I don't think I'd be covering.
I'm just taking a close look at the ritual that Farron is about to perform. That's all.
So you roll a medicine check.
Oh. That's where I built this character years ago and can't recall. I'm an acceptable Viking. I can Viking if I want to. I can leave my natural 20. I'd like to 25 those eyeballs.
No, not my eyeballs. I can Viking if I want to. I can leave my natural 20. That is pottery. It's like pottery. It rhymes. Method is the key to all this.
Thank you.
You're gonna regret that 20. As you see with almost an unnatural precision, as you look into Yorgrim's eyes, they are already incredibly swollen. The white parts of his eyes are now a sickly green. You can see the bits of venom that had coated the caltrops have completely infiltrated his eyes themselves, and a thick film, a milky yellowish film is beginning to coat his eyes. One of them has swollen so much it's almost completely closed now, and there is a mucus beginning to form, almost sealing the eye shut. one of the caltrops is still stuck into a part of the eye, and the blood and pus that's leaking from it is grotesque. The smell is horrible.
Baron, please! There's a caltrop in my eye still!
I'm gonna pull out my notebook and say, tenant number 9. Bad case of conjunctivitis. Don't use cell phone while pooping.
Is that one of the tenets of your faith?
Now it is.
Okay.
The 9th tenant.
I look closely, thinking about how terrible it would be to get LASIK, and I don't say a word. I just let Farron continue.
I will also take a look at his eyes and, turn his head in my hands from side to side.
You imagine if you get too close to his eyeballs with your long fingers and fingernails that they're so swollen there's a risk of popping them.
I take that risk.
Can you roll a sleight of hand for me, please?
Oh my god.
With untested dice.
Be kind, dice.
Wash your hands!
17 plus 4, that's a 21.
That was so close. But now just go. Yes, you move his head this way and that as you're inspecting him, and I'm assuming you're gonna rub a disgusting poultice into his face.
Funny you should say that. So from my side bag, I will pull out a small hand-carved wooden bowl and a variety of different dried mushrooms, a little bit of was recently green plant matter, and I will grind it up using a tool from my pack into this bowl. I will take a flick of something from under one of my fingernails and sprinkle it in, and then I will spit in it.
Leave me blood!
Yeah, describe in great detail what she's doing to you.
And then make sure you keep your eyes
I will
open for this.
Grind this all into with my fresh spit into a nice paste, and I will slap some on both of your eyes. And
You actually pry the eyelids open, the crust snaps, they leak pus out of the inner and outer corners, but you need direct contact with the tissue of the eyeballs as you begin to smother this stuff all over his eyes and under both the upper and lower eyelids, and he looks horrific.
So I will do that and just kind of smooth it into and over his eyelids, anywhere where there's swelling, anything like that. And I will cast Lesser Restoration on his...
Nice.
Oh, don't do that. What have you touched in here?
I'm probably blind.
Now you really do
I was gonna say, he's gonna show up next time and his eyeball is gonna be swollen.
So I will cast Lesser Restoration to try to cure his blindness.
You cast Lesser Restoration, and immediately you feel the relief. Your eyeballs begin to, the swelling immediately begins to reside. What's the word?
Your eyes resign.
Reside?
Did you give me this?
I know what word you're trying to think of, but I can't think of it either.
They begin to restore, rejuvenate.
Well, you know what? It's fine.
Recede.
Yes. Your eyes
Subside.
subside.
That's what it is.
that it?
Thank you,
Yes,
Chad.
subside.
It was the R that was fucking
It was the R that was fucking me
Subside.
up. I'm like, well, that's so not right. Thank you, Chad. You're spectacular. But yes, the swelling begins to subside, and you feel you still have this disgusting paste in your eyeballs, but it's comforting, at least for this moment, and it's going to take some time. You'll need to wash it out, but you feel that if your eyes were clean right now, you would be able to see again.
Thank you, Farron. It feels much better.
Glad to hear it.
Can you see again?
I think so.
You can't.
No, I'm blind still. Wait, what'd you say?
You can.
I can, yes. Yes.
I understand if it's a little fuzzy. That was
It is. I
Quite
still have
some
the paste
poison.
in my eye. Still.
Just give it a good rinse with your water skein. Skein? Who's ready to say that?
Did you get the
It's
caltrop
just
out?
skin.
Skin. I can't get that.
Yes, the caltrop has been
Big
removed.
boomers. Remember the water skin pronunciation debate?
The water skiing?
Skeen, skin.
Well, gosh, I'm mighty sorry you had to experience that, but if it makes you feel any better, you should see the other guy.
Why did he have such poisonous caltrops on him?
He was a liar, a cheat, a weak man. He needed those things to protect himself, and he was right.
I told you, Yogi, you should have been the one to snap his neck, not some random tree in the forest.
The tree is still there.
Oh, fuck!
It stands
Is it
behind
like-
you, looming over.
Growling and
It's not growling, but its roots are occasionally reaching out towards you, lined with various teeth in random places, and it will get close to you, and as you look over and see it, the roots will recoil back. But the tree itself is still there, much larger than all of the other ones. You can still see a small twist in the bark where the base of the tree had opened up and where Percy Phipps had been pulled inside. The same maw that had opened up after snapping William Van Brunt's neck with its tree-like noose, where his body was thrown into before it consumed him.
And to clarify, does Lethica feel that that's this tree in particular, or if we got off the beaten track, any tree would be able to...
All of the trees look very similar. This one looks larger. This one looks older. This one looks like it's the Big Daddy tree.
Are we completely lost, or do we have any idea where we currently are?
In this moment, you feel completely lost. You've never seen the forest look like this.
Well, are we on the right track? If that all happened to all of Van Brunt's men and Mr. Phipps, do we think that the same thing may have happened to Miss Macduff and the little one?
I do not believe so. Maggie Macduff is strong. She wouldn't allow something like this to happen to her, even if she did accidentally wander in here like we did. Now, I can't say if we're on the right path, but I think we should get going.
Well, I'm not trying to defend the guy, but I mean, Van Brunt was also pretty strong, and he,
Got done that by yonder tree.
I mean, how the fuck could this happen? I mean, it wasn't like this before. I think we've been through these woods.
It's probably the creature from the house. We found the bergamot, the teeth. We set something free in that basement.
And
It's
now it
landed
is here, working its dark magic in the forest.
Yes.
Do I still have the thing that I don't remember what it's called?
The witch's eye.
Oh,
Which
shit!
Yeah.
I'm going to. I believe I had tied it onto my spooky skull staff.
You did. Wow.
I'm going to untie that from the antlers of my decrepit staff and peer through it into the woods at the tree, just in our general vicinity, and see if anything is illuminated with my witch's eye.
Roll an Arcana check.
Yes, I am.
That's pretty cool. You can twist it.
12. Should I twist it?
Yeah,
twist.
twist it.
One
We're gonna
twist.
die in
Get
this
that box
forest.
out of the way and roll for real.
Yeah, roll a bad boy.
Roll away from
life.
Derek. Yeah, perfect.
That's a little bit better. 16.
You reach towards your staff and you grab onto the witch's eye that you had used to look for hidden things among Keziah Jenkins' home, as well as throughout the forest. And you are inspired to use it here. And as you put it up to your eye, you begin to scan the tree line. And at first, you notice nothing. And then you begin to notice something deep within the heart of some of these trees. Small, stick-like creatures with gossamer wings that look almost moth-eaten. Their long fingers curling into the bark, almost one with it. Their faces, almost like curled pieces of wood with facial features etched into them and long, spindly noses. And being who you are and what you are with the people that you lived with, you have heard of Unseelie Fae before. There have been times in the forest that you're convinced that you had seen them. And they are definitely here in this space. But how would the Fae get here? What would bring them to this place? They're almost one with the trees, not as you would expect them to be, entities that are given movement and abilities to do what they want here or there, almost as if they're molded and melded to the trees, and the trees have become of them. Which is why looking at this large tree seems so strange. Because you see something similar deep within it. The face. It must be a face. But even this witch's eye that you're attempting to use can't seem to see through its glamour or its tricks. You see for a second what very clearly appears to look like a face before it's no, that must just be the bark. But all the while you see that strange, undulating dark magic you remember seeing deep within the amber beneath the crooked house. And as you try and look at it, you try to discern the features, you try to imprint them on your memory, but it's just so ever shifting and ever changing that it's hard to truly tell what is real and what isn't before you're distracted by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 large eyes blinking into existence and then disappearing in the tree line behind it before all of you hear a crack as if wood has broken. Something is lurking. You hear Percy Phipps in your mind calling out about the thing that lurks in the woods, and that Van Brunt needed to run. He needed to make a choice because it still lurks in the wood. And then another branch snaps, but not on the ground this time, high up in the canopy of the trees. Whatever this thing is, it's large and it's moving. And then all of you hear in your heads, you can be crooked too. All of you. You could all be crooked with me. And it is in this moment that you hear a strange guttural roar of an animal, but it sounds howlish. It sounds boarish. It sounds bear-like as the trees around you begin to shake and quake, and then into this area where you're all standing, this large bestial abomination bursts forward from the tree line. Multiple heads, all gnarled and twisted and crooked together. Boar, wolf, pig, all this strange amalgamation, and you watch as all of the roots from this tree are moving towards it and helping to propel it forward towards you. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh my god. Holy hell.
But why?
Jeez Louise.
What if they don't mean any harm?
Would this have happened if I hadn't looked?
Not bad.
One
Yeah.
may wonder.
Not bad.
It was happening.
Not bad at all.
Can you put this on the
Oh,
table?
guys, fair and pulled. Fair and pulled.
Fair and
Wipe it, reset.
pulled. Life it resets.
Fair and pulled.
That's really
Hey,
funny.
Amy,
Yeah.
can you give me one of my cider boobs? Toward the top.
How do I have +6 initiative? Is it because I'm a bard?
You're a bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bard, baby.
Wow.
You're not proficient in it, and it's a skill check, so you add
Never mind.
half your proficiency to it.
Yeah, I got so much soup on my pants. I'll tell you.
What the hell?
Why is there so much soup on my pants? The brochure. Do you have any battle music to crank?
Yeah, I turned it on.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
It's the Callista music.
Oh, I can't hear it. Maybe I'm just because I'm like way in the corner over here.
Yeah, I can't hear it either,
off
but
in the-
it's because
the depths.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Do I still have?
Crooked moon.
Thank you, Chad. You cracked me up.
If you want to encounter an alternate version of this entity, by the Crooked Moon, the primary antagonist of that book is a reimagining of this character we're facing now.
And if but you mean by this character, I don't think you're referring to the wolf creature.
No.
Not the creature, no,
The Irish accent
the voice,
character.
the
The
voice
voice
in our
behind
heads.
it.
The voice in our heads is the primary antagonist of the Crooked Moon, live on Kickstarter now.
These are so beautiful looking. Thank you for letting me use them.
You're
They're really
welcome.
cool looking.
They were really cool.
They seem very perfect for Farron.
Hey,
So.
this is my aesthetic.
So let's try to like arrange ourselves like. So,
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Farron
these are-
and
oh my
Yorgrim would be
God.
close to each other,
Yeah, I would be kind of
Kinda
near
like
your
there,
grim over here,
here.
maybe to the side.
and she was like looking at the tree while Yorgrim's like, "Oh fuck my eyes," and then Brigsy's like, "Oh, why don't you Lord, why don't you give him a little bit?" Oh, and something cryptic about the Dark Lady.
Oh gosh,
So, and then, oh gosh,
Mr.
here.
Brave Sir Marius.
Oh gosh, brave Sir Marius, and I am Marius. You will die.
Maybe sound like Palpatine.
Pity. Ironic.
Do it.
15 to I'm
Oh, I
putting
didn't roll.
I'm putting Monsters 1 as
Gosh.
just something special.
Natural.
So
fucking
the
20.
monster will be Monsters 2.
Oh.
15 or
24.
20 to 25.
Brigsy's first.
Oops. Can you grab that for me?
Brigsy's first.
Okay, what did you get?
24.
24.
Damn.
Anyone else in that range?
No, I got a 15.
Let me actually roll for the
And
monster.
there was. something.
What?
That's right. That's
I
right.
thought something was
yeah.
on.
I thought that was true over here, but
Okay.
it turned out just to be a coffee store.
15 to 20.
15. Sir Marius.
What you got, Yorgrim?
Summers.
10 to 15.
12.
12.
You go first.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
And then Farron and Yorgrim.
9.
That's clever.
You owe each other a Coke at the same time, so it cancels out.
If you can choose between a cleric or a bard.
Actually, you know what? You're gonna take a minute to get your eyes degooped. So
I'll
I'm
go
gonna
last.
first.
I'll go last.
Yeah, you're
You and the cleric in the
gooping.
middle.
What's you know when bards are really going to want to
Sorry,
go last?
because I used
In
my
the Crooked
spit.
Moon.
It's quite sticky.
When you see some of those spells
It's
I'm
true.
whipping
It's
up.
disgusting. This
Think they are monsters.
this entity bursts into the tree line. All the while, you continue to hear this voice telling you you can be crooked too, and you all feel muddled. Your heads feel overcome by magics, and you are doing everything that you can to keep yourself in focus. But there's something about that voice and the way it keeps speaking to you. You almost want to give in. Briggsy, it's your turn.
Oh my God! What is the beast Victor's talking about? I'm going to bonus action.
Yeah.
Hexblade's Curse him.
Let's fucking go.
Just as quickly as I can. I'll just do like a quick cross with my hand, and then I will pull out my blunderbuss and fire 2 shots.
Okay.
Oh, boy, both suck. These are red dice. That's probably why.
That's correct.
12 and a 16.
Oh yeah.
That's correct.
How much?
12 and a 16
To hit?
to hit.
16 hits, 12 does not.
I'll figure as
That's
much.
too bad.
Oh, I think it is me.
9, 10, 11. Force damage, I think. Does this creature seem familiar to me?
No.
Okay.
Good question, though.
This creature looks like an amalgamation of a few creatures twisted and melded together.
Yeah, that's it.
Was there something you were thinking of specifically?
Yeah, so in my inventory I have like ceramic shards of like a monster statue, and I wasn't sure if it was like similar to this monster statue or not. I remember, for some reason I remember it being boar-like, sort of similar.
The Gaston de Ray had sculpted.
Yes,
And there was
so-
the remember it broke, and I was like, oh fuck! Oh! And I kept a bunch of
He
pieces.
sculpted like
Okay,
a
so
horse.
that's different than if it's a creature you've seen. If it's a statue that you remember, then yes, this looks very
You're a
similar
smart cookie, man.
to a statue that you have
Okay.
seen.
You never cease to fail. You never fail to impress
Well,
me.
you mentioned the boar thing, and I remember it was like hunting. Anyway,
That's right.
It was a hunter.
yes.
It was a hunter being like,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
like one of those super like highly detail sculpted, like where they're doing like curves and marble and shit.
Yeah.
What kind of curse?
Oh, it's marble. I should fix that.
Rustling.
I wrote ceramic in that.
He got Vex.
You got packs.
Is that
11
and that's your
points of
full
damage.
turn?
That's it. That's it.
You move forward and you let loose both of the blasts. One of them missing as you once again hear that voice in your head. You can be crooked too. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh no. Oh, these are red dice. Oh, they're unlucky. Sorry. I need to find a new one. That's close enough. Save, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I think warlocks are proficient. Pretty sure. That is a 14.
14. You immediately turn your head and look towards the tree. You watch, almost in slow motion, as one of the gnarled branches reaches up and begins to twist, the vines spiraling and knotting until where there had been a branch is now a noose made of tree itself. And you feel compelled to move towards this
Oh my
thing.
God.
You too would love to be crooked.
Oh my god.
Crooked is perfection.
Lots of me old mates ended up crooked. I suppose I could be too.
And I'll start. I guess, do I feel compelled to use my movement to walk towards it?
You feel compelled to use the rest of your movement to move
Yeah, I've
towards the tree.
moved.
Where's the tree? Should we mark the tree on the
We
battle map?
should mark the tree. The tree should be on the edges. I would say this is it's probably like
here?
60
Yeah.
feet wide. The area that you're no, the area that you're in.
You're in it. Okay. So how far behind the creature is the tree?
So if the tree were here,
It's probably
the creature would have come from over here.
so
And
it's
made
like
it towards
over
the
here?
middle. So
So the tree
probably
could be
about
like-
30 feet from the creature.
So the tree could be like out here in the middle.
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
So just these 4 squares. Just kind of mark 4 squares. It's a big old tree, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so 1, 2,
Like, give it
3
some
and a half,
Yeah,
6.
give it some roots.
Yep. Nice. No,
Oh,
that's
I like
perfect.
that. Ooh, that's good.
And now put another slightly smaller tree right next to it. And
What-
then there's going to be a fallen tree that's just...
Can we stop Bob Ross on this?
Oh, it's like a spiral
It is
funnel.
now the monster's turn.
It does look like a farm.
And is there anyone next to it? Just Briggsy.
I'm like right in its face
He is
almost.
not so worried about Briggsy right now.
Farron saw us through
Definitely
the
Farron.
spook-
Yeah,
Definitely
he
fair.
is going to rush towards everybody else. And there are, he's got more than enough.
You just wanted to like
Probably
get
right here.
right up in here.
Yeah, get right up in there.
Oh,
That
yikes.
puts 3 of you in his.
Did you push Marius closer? I saw that.
Oh.
Get that finger out of there.
Oh, I need like.
He is going to. He is going to, with one of the many heads, is going to lunge forward at Farron and attempt to bite and grapple Farron. With a 25.
Damn.
That doesn't hit.
It is going to bite you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
That's probably where you're a Viking, right?
Oh, yes.
My bones.
15.
Oh, no, maybe.
You're going to take 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I've changed the course of the direction of my
and
turn.
when
And then what did you get for your grapple?
was that the strength?
15.
And you are held in the jaws of this creature as it snaps down at you.
When he comes into symbiotic entity. No, what the hell? I keep losing this thing.
You can reaction spore him, right?
That's what I'm trying. Oh, Halo of Sports. There it is. I keep clicking that. So when he comes within 10 feet of me, comes within space 10 feet of me or starts to turn there, I will deal 1d4 necrotic damage to that creature unless it succeeds a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, it'll take the damage. It fails, so it'll take the damage.
You ready for this hot d4?
I'm ready for your hot decals.
Take some spore.
Not bad.
Take
Top half.
3 points
Acceptable money.
of necrotic damage.
acceptable
So
money.
when it rushes at me, a cloud of looks like dust at first, but you see it lightly floating on the wind towards him and up his nostrils and darkening him slightly.
You see it. Some of the heads begin to and sneeze all over the place, but the head that has you trapped seems completely unbothered as you feel its teeth sink deep into your flesh. It has you by the waist, trapped between its hungry and fearsome jaws.
It's Hungry Woods.
That is its first attack. It is then going to reach forward, and it is going to make a claw attack on who is the person? Yeah, thank you.
If it has like 10 feet range, then it can reach basically all of us.
Yeah, I know.
Except Jericho.
Lethica's right up in its face, then it's
Yeah, it was
Yorgrim and Marius,
Lethica.
and then
So
Jericho.
it is going to reach out
Let
and
me
make
guess.
a claw attack against Lethica.
I'll be unconscious before I get to take my first turn.
20
20
to hit. Yeah.
Barely
yeah.
misses.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
The tree's over here.
It's
I'm not
fine
gonna-
as long as...
17 points of damage.
Good lord.
It is then going to. You notice that one of the heads has antlers on it. It is very stag-like, and its neck is long, and it has 10 feet reach. Can it hit Yorgrim, or does it need to go for Marius?
no, it can
Okay,
hit
perfect. As it is going to take its antlers and ram them into you.
What are we looking at? Oh my god!
With
Everyone. Oh fuck!
a 25.
That's funny.
And it hits with a 25
I use double shield.
with 18 points of damage, and you are going to be pushed 10 feet from it.
Backwards?
Well, that's nice.
And that is its turn. You watch as it reach out and bites and snaps up Farron as one of its clawed arms reaches out and attacks Lethica. And simultaneously, it shoves tusks deep into Yorgrim's belly and flings him 10 feet behind. And you're all watching this as many of the moths, or the maws and mouths on this thing are slavering and chomping. They are hungry. And that is its turn.
18 points of damage.
It was 6 and a 5, which is 11 plus 6, 17 points of damage.
Hungry Woods.
Clickety clack.
Marius.
I raise my sword high in the air upon seeing what is happening, and excuse me, and I bow my head, and I say a soft prayer to the Morning Lord, and I say, Morning Lord, please, I am losing faith. I am worried for my king's safety. Hear me, hear my plea, and help me, as I use one of my dark gift abilities called the Martyr of Lathander. As a bonus action, I can mark a creature that I can see within 30 feet of me until the end of my turn. Whenever I deal damage to that target with my sword, I roll an additional 1d4 radiant damage. I can amplify the damage by taking 1d4 damage, which I'm going to do to make the next attack rolls against the target with advantage. I am praying that this light is a golden radiant light, but I know otherwise. I will take 1d4 damage, taking 2, to charge my attacks. And I'm basically just gonna try to go Nova on this bitch.
And where is the light coming from?
My sword.
From your sword.
Yes. However you want to flavor it. But then I'm gonna use 35 feet of movement to get behind it, even if I have to use 10 to get through Briggsy, and I'll get on the side of him. And I will make 2 attacks on this creature at advantage. 18 plus 8 to hit.
That hits. Its AC is 16.
That's the first attack. 18 plus 8 to hit. So close. So I'm going to roll, and the first one I'm going to Divine Smite by spending a 2nd level spell slot. So the first attack will be, so all in all it's going to be 5d8, 2d4.
Then that's
Plus
a
14.
paladin.
Yeah, I'm going ham here.
I didn't do it right.
Big money. That's going to be 8, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, plus 14 is 40, 41, 51 points of damage.
Nice.
For 2 attacks, a level 2 Divine Smite, everything I fucking got. damage on myself. And it is just more and more horrific rose blood red light is pouring from my sword as I am in the back of my head just begging for Lathander's help, and I do not see him answering.
You do at first. And when you make these slashes, your blade is glowing golden, this beautiful sunlight. And as you slam in, you are slicing into this thing with all the power that that the Morning Lord has given you. And you, your faith restored. You are incensed by this as you become the warrior, the champion that you were born to be, and as your blade hangs at your side, as you take a deep breath, and you breathe in the scent of roses, and as you look down at yourself, you see your armor completely covered in blood, that hazy mist of red in front of you. That sword is no longer golden; it's beautiful sunset red.
No. That's my turn.
That's your turn. Monsters 2. Lethica.
Well, that's ominous.
I will see everything that is happening around me. I'm especially staring at the display, the tension, the tug of war that's happening within Marius. But I have been injured. It's hard to keep track of everything all at once. I am seeing Briggsy just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not facing him.
You've heard what he said about he's seen his friends become crooked.
My gun is in my sack. No other weapon drawn.
Briggsy! Nothing?
I totally agree.
I mean, you can hear, but you don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, you
First,
don't
I will say...
I'll sort of just like wave my hand.
I'll say a quick prayer to my goddess, Lady of Loss. Protect me, protect those of who I would protect us under your dark shadow. And I will raise my hand, and from almost nothingness, a chakram made of dark shadows will appear above me as I cast Spiritual Weapon. And it looks something like this. And I will grab my own actual weapon from the side of my hip, and I will run forward just to the adjacent square towards Briggsy. And I have summoned the... And I will say, Briggsy, wake up! And I will use that as my Word of Radiance. Each creature of my choice within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. That is true for the creature, and that is true for Briggsy as I attempt to wake him up.
Clever!
I rolled a natural 18.
That passes. DC 16.
I wish we could drink.
Does the tree need to do it too?
I'm sorry?
Does the tree need to do it too?
Oh, no, it's nowhere near
No,
the tree.
no. It's only within 5 feet of me.
I've almost certainly failed.
Ooh, wake him up. Wake him up.
And I will roll for the spiritual weapon in the meantime. That's going to be 15 plus 5. That's 20 to hit. That hits the creature that we're attacking.
16's the AC.
And so it's going to take minimum damage. 6 points of spiritual weapon damage. Magical... Force damage?
I think it's force.
Force damage. So it takes 6, and...
How much do I take?
3 points of damage.
Is it not 2d6? Make sure.
It might be, because I'm a higher level. In fact, it is. You're right.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
had
going
a
to take 3 plus 1, 4 points of radiant.
Do you do additional damage then to the tree, or no? Or to the
No,
beast,
because
or
it
no?
passed the Constitution
Okay.
saving throw. So it only took the 6 that I force damage that came from spiritual weapon. I damaged Briggsy to see if I could wake him up.
How do I feel about that in this moment?
It doesn't matter. You're about to be crooked.
Briggsy, wake up! And that'll be the end of my turn.
I'm going to.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, but wisdom's what I'm worst at as a cleric.
You call out to Briggsy and tell him to wake up, and you still feel that strange feeling in your head, almost a mugginess, a sluggishness. as you hear the words that you can be crooked too, just like your friend. And you look to the tree for a split moment, and it had looked just as it had previously, but now you see that 2 of its branches have twisted and changed and now look like 2 nooses right next to each other. One perfect size for Briggsy, the other a perfect size for you.
Join me, Lefika. Let's go.
I get a 16 on my saving throw.
You are able to shake off this feeling as you look towards this thing, and for a moment you can see the outline of an eclipse in this noose. It looks alluring to you. The eclipse is quite beautiful, really. And it's almost enough to convince you before you shake your head and you realize that this is trickery. This is trickery from whatever that entity was inside of the amber beneath that house, and you do not want to be crooked. You know what your path is, and you are able to shake off this feeling, and that strange fogginess that was perpetually assaulting your mind has completely dissipated.
Briggsy, ignore it. It is an illusion. You do not want to be crooked too. Everyone, do not listen to the voice.
And that'll be the conclusion. I hopefully saving myself for the duration.
And that is your turn, Jericho. Apparently someone's breathing heavily into the mic.
Well, it can't be me.
It's not me.
Is it me?
The pugs found the mics.
Thanks for coming to your haircut.
Anyway, I will look up and I'll have my banjo and I will say, yo ho, come on Briggsy, don't get strung up high.
Oh, shit.
As I give you bardic inspiration.
Ooh, maybe repeat
And
saves?
Yeah.
And I say, normally I wouldn't want to do this, but Virgil, can you try to do something? And Virgil will take up off of my shoulder and fly over to you and land. As suddenly I'll just kind of like snap my neck back and forth as Virgil will start to kind of caw, and then you'll hear in your head, and you will hear submit. As I cast suggestion on you.
Ooh.
To turn to fight that creature in an attempt to see if this, basically using mind bending powers, will potentially, I'll be able to fight for Briggsy's mind or soul.
You want to fail, right? We're hoping, right?
Yeah, I
Well, I mean, we are, from a meta perspective, we're hoping that Briggsy rolls
DC
low.
16.
a 9.
Good first sign. Let's see if it works.
You hear this voice and this click in the back of your mind. But all the while, you still hear Kellen speaking to you. You can be crooked. You will submit. But you'll submit to me. I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw, and you may roll it at advantage.
And you have bardic inspiration.
And you have bardic inspiration. God, I thought about this.
1d8.
1d8.
I guess I'll save
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
just in
don't.
case.
Let's see if you have advantage. Well, good thing it was at advantage. Okay.
Just ones all around.
12.
Oh no!
You look towards the tree, and you remember what it was like seeing Jericho at the top of the cathedral. It was horrific. You would never submit to that. How could that be better than being crooked? Look at what Kellen has to offer. Look at the noose made for you. What has Jericho ever done for you? Jeez. And you continue to move towards the tree.
And I'm back. Uh-oh. Well, you tried, Virgil.
Smash cut to 45 minutes from now in this session. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Twigsy.
That's it?
I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Hold on. That is an 8.
You look towards Briggsy and you see that he is firm in his choice to be crooked. And you want to be part of something. Maybe being crooked's better than being Jericho. If Briggsy wants to do it, Briggsy's your friend. You don't want to lose your friend. You should be crooked too. And then maybe Virgil can't get to you if you're crooked. Because Virgil's not invited to be crooked, but you are.
Do I get a sense that he's joining me?
Yeah.
I'll turn over my shoulder. Oh, no, that one. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. And then
I will say, you're right. Virgil's always telling everyone to submit and do this and do that. He's only a handsome feller type, not a handsome, mysterious, ancient lady in a crystal or something. And I'll walk forward.
How do you use any movement?
I've used all my movement.
Okay, so you backed out. Okay.
That was smart.
You look towards the tree, both of you, and the nooses are there, made just for you. Farron.
Okay. So I am grappled by this beast, and seeing its like disgusted form, it's going to remind me of the horrible night with Gwenna and the way that she looked when she was risen.
Oh my god.
And I will look at it and, you perverse being of nature, Gorthos, help me return your soul to the earth. And I will reach across some of my like barky, woodsy clothing armor and pull a shard of wood off in my hand, and you will see it glow green slightly as I stab it down into the beast that's holding me.
Okay.
And I will cast Ice Knife on it.
Oh.
Okay.
Which I kind of reflavored. Wicker Knife.
Ooh.
So it...
Wicker Knife.
Oh, that's terrible.
You forgot to roll away from me.
I did forget to... Can I...
Twist.
Yeah,
It's
spent all that
scuffed.
time
You roll
thinking
towards
about it.
Derek. It's
Yeah,
scuffed.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
Give it a good roll.
Roll it away from me.
That's a badass
I never
thing.
say
Away from
anything
me.
cool, so like I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
That was better. Okay.
Good try.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So
You might be. Did you do something to make it?
Just for my turn. It was
you're
just
gonna
for me.
take 8
Oh,
piercing damage. I'm gonna steal 6 from you. 8 piercing damage and 10 cold damage. Oh, I'm sorry. They have to do so 8 piercing damage, and you have to do target
A dexterity saving.
a dex saving throw. Thank you.
For
I got
the
ahead of myself.
additional-
Well, I got a natural 1, so
Okay, well then you get 10 cold damage as well.
it will take the 10 cold damage.
Please enjoy.
It
And I will try to break out.
Enjoy.
you
Sloopy-doo.
you take this wicker dagger and you plunge it into the flesh of this thing. Between it is. It's like an enlarged wicker splinter, and you find it snarling and growling, even with you in its maw. And you find a piece of bloodied gum, and you wedge the dagger deep into the soft flesh there. It lets out a howl. It opens up his mouth just enough for you to attempt to wiggle out, and you start to as it slams down and continues to keep you in its mouth.
Fair enough.
And I need you to roll wisdom saving throw.
I don't wanna.
God damn it.
Derek! This is bad.
It's not me. She's not
check your
rolling
racial,
away from me properly.
Check your racial features, because aren't you like Fae?
I am Fae, yes.
Against charm.
12.
You should be.
Advantaged.
All the way at the bottom, which would be the racial stuff.
Yeah.
Your creature type is Fae.
Magic resistance. Yep, you're advantaged.
Okay, so.
Oh!
So roll again.
Oh!
Must see. See, that was when you give it a good roll. It's
Don't
a
forget.
19.
Gorthos is also
Plus-
Fae, ain't he?
Oh, that's true!
He's
27.
basically unseelie Fae.
You you hear the voice in your head, and you listen to Jericho and Briggsy as they sing this haunting melody as they both begin to walk towards this tree. And you look for a second, and you also see the noose form there for you. And for a moment, you think about what it would be like to be crooked, but a different type of crooked. Crooked and twisted with the one that you love. And that is enough for you to snap out of it and realize Gwenna would never want this for you. And you are able to pull your mind back from the brink and shake off this this magic that's infiltrating this entire area as you steel yourself against this power and that same nagging presence that keeps trying to get into your mind is just gone.
Wisdom sisters.
Your room.
Tee off, brother.
Let's fucking go. I wipe the paste from my eyes, and I blink for a moment, and I look around, and I just kind of narrow in as I see maybe Briggsy going off to the side, Jericho's way behind me, but Farron in the mouth of this creature, and I'll start to lumber forwards. And just say, maiden, guide my hunt. As I crash forward past my shovel that I'd planted into the ground next to where Van Brunt was, and I'll grab it quickly as the mists will start to form around me. And I leave a trail as I race towards this creature, and I fucking attack wildly and recklessly even. And all attack is a great weapon master, taking a -5 penalty to hopefully still
Love
hit.
that.
You're an okay weapon master.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
Twist it.
What the first one's in the hand?
Twist it. Twist it.
Yeah, I'll twist it with this one.
You rolled towards me too much.
Man, the fates want us to actually TPK.
That's the exact same roll.
Okay, well you got another.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no, what's your
okay.
plus? What's your plus? Oh, it's a
But
-5.
it's -5.
Yeah,
But it's still
eight, so
plus
it's
some.
It's plus 3.
Okay.
So it's a net plus 3. So I'll attack a second time.
It's okay.
Is it double ones?
1 out of 2.
We're twisting.
One
We're
more.
twisting.
One more twist. One more twist. Come on. You got this.
Roll.
Okay. The fates giveth, and they take it. I mean, they take it away, and they give something like that. It's a natural 20. All right, but I'll only take the plus 10 damage one time. However, I'll roll 2d12.
The fates taketh, and they taketh, and they taketh, and they taketh.
What was that thing you were singing before the stream? Where you just repeat the same thing over and over again?
My brother!
Let's fucking
Double fucking 10, max damage.
Alright.
Here's a little song I wrote.
Oh, just kidding.
Still really good.
Very good damage. Very good damage.
Acceptable money.
I think this does extra damage to maybe plus 2 melee damage, so that's 30 to 37 points of ghost damage.
Ooh.
That's with one hit?
That's what one hit.
One hit.
I landed
The
one
monster's
hit.
gonna have to do some cocaine about it.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. As I crash down on it with my shovel, cutting into it, if I can cut a section of the bark, you'll see mist and specters start to swarm out of its wound as they dance around it.
You do watch that as the shovel slices through this entity. You watch as wailing souls erupt from the wounds. This beast lets out a howl as it does a significant amount of damage. It is looking bloodied. It is looking weakened, but it is still firm in its endeavor to destroy you. I need you to roll wisdom saving throw.
Hey there.
Oh, and you are disadvantaged.
Because I'm dumb?
What? No. Because you didn't kill Van Brunt on your own.
Oh.
Holy shit.
I knew I'd make the right choice, Marius. You're always wrong.
No, you did the right thing.
I told you so. Never take the high road, damn it.
You did the right thing.
I'm cursed by witches or something.
No.
And blood.
That's what they want you to think. Ooh.
You know what they always say? No good deed goes unpunished.
Because I just want
Sing
to
it.
say now that I don't think I can carry this alone.
I'm alive.
So is Lethica.
I'm just putting it out
Yeah,
there.
we're good.
No, the three of you are gonna
I'm
have
just
to
saying,
like
we
just
got-
go ham.
we got
If it
We're-
comes down to just me, I'm gonna run.
I think we're gonna drop this beast
No.
and then the tree's in combat. I think you're gonna have to like burn the tree. Burn the tree.
You know how many plans I got in my back pocket?
I got a 4 or something.
It's hang tight.
I mean,
Just hang
Marius's
tight.
pants canonically have back pockets.
Yep.
You
Armor.
That's
you
why I love
hear
this robe.
the songs that Briggsy and Jericho are singing, and you once again hear that you could be crooked too, and you think about your past and what led you here, and that you did do something good, but what good was it really? Van Brunt died all the same, and you didn't even get the glory of being the one to kill him. He fell to this entity instead, and all of those people that he has harmed, they will have no champion. You could have been that champion, and if you're crooked, you still can be. Fighter for the people. You just need to be a little bit crooked first. And it feels right. Feels like exactly what you should do as you turn and begin to look towards this tree, and where there had been 2 nooses, there are now 3.
An eternal pilgrimage. I probably have more movement.
A little bit more. Yeah, you probably used what, 15?
You can definitely get around this guy.
15?
You probably just do boop.
How much you total got?
You can probably get
35?
there.
40?
40.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
you
can probably
can-
get past
yeah,
Marius.
you can get- yeah.
You're probably like right. Well, no.
No.
I'm in the
I
tree.
don't,
He's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
like
how
here.
far he's moved.
He went
was
from
there.
like here. He
Oh.
moved here,
Yeah.
came around. He's like there. That's reasonable.
Yeah, because Farron's technically
Forget,
like...
throw him in the noose already.
Farron's like
Briggsy.
I'm in the mall.
You and your brother both being like, oh, okay, we'll just get everybody dead.
Welcome to the crew.
Hey, I know that song. Do I take an attack of opportunity?
You do not. The
trying to
beast,
stop
the
us.
beast actually looks towards you, and it's almost as if you can see one of the heads smile crookedly at you, as if it is pleased by your choice. Briggsy.
I am being compelled. So I'll look over at Farron and Lethica, and I hear, "Wisdom sisters," and I see a fist bump. And I look over at Morgan and Marius, and I hear, "Bash brothers," and they fist bump. And I'm feeling a little left out. When I look at Jericho, crooked cousins. What? I don't even have these.
We'll take off our hands and throw it and I throw it at
They
you.
just fly into the
Like rotting hand and like mechanical hand. Fist
Well
bump.
done.
And then they skitter away.
And I guess I will just use all of my movement to get to the tree and dash.
Oh, there you are.
Let me try to get so we get the tree on
Are you just
here.
gonna insta die? Like what's
I
gonna
don't.
happen?
I don't
here?
know.
Holy
I
shit!
don't know.
How much total movement do you have? I mean, I'm sure it's more than none.
You don't have to dash. You can just use your regular movement.
Okay.
That probably just shy.
So you don't feel like you have to
takes a really
speed
long,
forward.
lazy
It's not like you're going to go out
Yeah.
of your way to run towards this thing. You're just feeling like this is what I need to do, and you move slowly or normal
enjoy the
speed to
journey.
get there.
Okay. That's what I do. Do I feel compelled to use my action for anything, or do I touch piece, move piece?
You don't feel compelled to use your action towards anything. You don't feel hostile towards your friends. They just don't understand yet. They don't understand what it means to be crooked, what it offers to you. You don't even fully understand, but you can feel it. And as you get closer to this tree, you feel like for a moment you can hear the wailing screams and cries of William Van Brunt somewhere deep inside of this thing. And it sounds like he is having the time of his life. Oh, what being crooked must be. You look up longingly towards the noose that is your own. You reach out towards it. Soon, you will be crooked soon.
I think of all of my previous crewmates and friends and adversaries that have met the hangman's noose and done the hangman's jig when they've been caught, and I hear them all singing various shanties in my head, calling me to join them, and I pass my turn.
Briggsy. There's a dozen
The
dozen
monster
eggs out here.
is going to bite down on Farron and is going to attempt to swallow her whole.
Does he get to reroll?
With a natural 20.
Oh, yeah. Do I get to reroll my save?
Yes, the end of your turn, you get to reroll your save.
Oh, come on! You really gotta put a lot into it, eh?
Briggsy, we need
Pillage
you.
and rifle
Thank you,
and
Frank.
plunder and loot. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho.
This is fate, man. This is fate.
What did you get?
Natural 1.
It's fate. This is just the dice write the story, baby.
And that is the way it
Edge
is.
of
With a
midnight, the
natural
gang goes
20,
crooked.
the beast is going to bite down on Farron. Anyone standing in front, Marius, Yorgrim, Lethica, you are all smattered by blood as Farron's insides are pierced by these fang and claw, and you are completely sprayed.
I don't know if
by
this
this.
would affect this, but it's technically a disadvantage if it doesn't hit me.
It does affect it.
Oh.
True.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With a 23, it's still going to do this. It is going to, though this happens for the sake of it being like super spoopy and scary, it does not do initial damage to you. It swallows you. You are now in a pit of acid inside of its stomach, and at the start of all of your turns, you're going to take
You just
damage.
love your pits of acid.
I do.
I think I have been
wearing-
swallowed canonically
I'm
in
wearing
every
jorts now.
Yeah.
every
campaign.
I've
Like
played
he
it.
said. Are we still covered in blood?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're
that still happens?
It's just she's not going to take initial
Okay.
damage.
But there's still
He's
blood,
forgoing the
her blood.
initial damage.
But
Yeah,
it's still,
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
still saying ouchie for the folks
You're
at
still
home.
being pierced. It still hurts. You're just swallowed.
She got crunched and
Boy.
Yeah, you're swallowed.
awesome.
Sounds like
It's
a
then
pork
going to take you are crooked, so it doesn't give a shit about you. It's going to take a claw and attack Lethica
No, I'm good.
with a 20.
Damn.
No, I'm good.
It's disadvantage.
So 9.
That's right.
15 points of damage.
Jesus. Why does it have to hit so hard?
It's disadvantage, just in case. That's relevant.
And it is going to
try.
get a 15 to hit on Marius.
No, I raised my shield in defense.
Okay.
As if she had coming.
Lethica gets hit and she sounds like Serena Williams serving a tennis ball.
That's pretty funny. that was pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
And that's its turn.
I love it when you talk.
It hit, it swallowed, and it missed. Marius.
I have just been doused in Farron's blood, and I breathe deeply. And everybody on the battlefield is used to Marius whispering prayers to himself as he's doing things on the battlefield. But what comes out of his mouth next is not a silent prayer. It is very much frustration. And Marius is looking at this creature. Why? Why? Why do you not answer my prayer? Morning Lord. Victor, why do you forsake me? Why do you not help me? And you see Marius ditch his shield on the ground as he takes his sword in two hands, white-knuckled. He is gripping the sword with all of his strength, shaking with rage and frustration as the sword alights in rose fire. Using my bonus action to light the sword on fire, as I then go in to make 2 attacks. Marius is bizarrely focused on killing this creature, and doesn't really pay attention to what's happening around him. So I'm going to make 2 attacks.
Let's go.
Both are going to hit, I think. 18
They hit.
is the lowest, so both will hit.
16 is AC.
Yes.
16, yeah.
One of these I'm going to use a level 1 Divine Smite. So it's going to be a 10, 2 8s, and 2 6s for the first attack. Which is going to be a 9, 10, 16, 22, 20, 23. 23 plus 7 is 30 for the first attack. And then the next one is going to be 1d10 plus 2d6s. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 7 is 19. So 30 plus 19 is 49 points of damage over 2 attacks.
Wait, okay, so what was the second hit?
It was
So
30,
I already did the 30.
30, and then it was another 17.
Okay.
No, they're 19.
Nineteen.
19. And The Farron's blood is spurring Marius on as I am just hacking into this creature, delivering as much wrathful attacking as I possibly can to kill this creature. Focus on nothing else.
It takes the hits. You're doing a significant amount of damage to it. Let me just double check here. Yeah. You have done so much damage. You watch as this entity begins to heave and retch, its stomach convulsing. Farron, you feel the stomach muscles squeeze around you. You feel like you can barely breathe, and then they release for a moment, but it keeps happening faster and faster and faster, and eventually you feel yourself propelling out of this thing. You've only been in here for mere seconds before you are retched up into a pile of a mixture of your friend's blood and whatever blood has been seeping into this soil. The scent of metal is strong down here as you face plant into the muck. But you are free from the confines of being inside this beast. It is using its reaction, however, as its feral instincts draw it towards you, Marius, and it's going to make a bite attack on you.
My AC has dropped.
It's a 20 to hit.
That'll do.
And it is going to do...
Shields are worthless.
They're quite good, mechanically.
14.
Worthless, I say.
You're going to take 20 points of piercing damage as it bites into you, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
So 22?
Mm-hmm. No, 20. I said 20, right?
20.
20. Yeah, I think it was 20 to hit and also 20 damage.
Strength saving throw, you say?
Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm good at this. Ha! 28.
That's pretty good.
You feel its teeth sink into you, but some of them break off as it hits your armor, and you take your sword and you slice into its gums, prying its teeth from you, and it is unable to latch onto you, and it rears back and lets out a howl. It is looking very weak.
I give a malicious smile.
You see that some of the crooked heads appear to have died. On its body, they hang there with their tongues out, their eyes completely vacant. This thing, as it's been taking damage, it's been killing bits and parts of its body, and it is barely hanging on. And you passed your save, which is why you're not crooked, yes?
That's correct.
Okay, so the three of you, I don't need to worry about it anymore.
Unless I need to make another one on this turn.
No. Once you save against it, you're good for 24 hours. So that was Monsters 1. Let's see.
We're done. Fuck.
Nope. You can probably take that away. I don't think it'll be important anymore. Lethica. Your turn. Well,
Marius.
just in case.
Farron.
Just in case.
Our friends, they are going to the tree. I do not know how to help them. We must defeat this thing quickly.
The chakram that is guarding me and my friends will swing in with a 16 to hit.
16 hits?
That does 3 plus 5 force damage, 8 force damage, and it'll leave this huge gash opening. And I will attempt to reach inside with one of my hands, and being that the wound inside is quite dark, I will unleash a massive charge of the Lady of Loss's energy inside. What fuels me, my faith.
Yeah.
I will explode, and let's find out if I hit in the first place.
It's a moon bomb. It's a darkness bomb.
Twist it.
Twist it.
That was
It's too fucking cool. Twist
That
it.
was
It's
cool.
too, when you say some cold-blooded shit to say to a motherfucker before you pop a cap in his ass, you get you twisted.
16 hits.
16 does hit.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for a 20 because this is 5d10 damage.
Oh!
That's good money.
Good.
That's 11,
Good.
That's good, yeah,
13, 20, 27 points of radiant damage, all up in its gut.
You're up in his gut.
How do you want to do
Left is
this?
up in the guts.
How do you want to do this?
Yes! Nice job.
Well done.
I never thought this was gonna happen. I will reach inside and, again, because there is shadow there, because it is the dark, I will charge, and you'll see almost for a moment this thin flash or flare of purple light before like a balloon or almost like a grenade. All of these cracks and rips and tears occur around the creature, and it simply explodes into almost falling leaves coming apart. I would want it to almost disintegrate from the inflict wounds that I'm able to deliver in this moment.
It is all of you feel blinded for a second by the darkness that expands from this. There is that beautiful pinpoint of purple blackness that expands out in a thin ring of pure white light that envelops this entire place. And it is that light that you see the trees begin to shrink away. Even that incredibly large tree with the 3 nooses hanging for the 3 of you appears almost as if it moves backwards in fear from the power of your goddess. As this thing, with no sound, completely, perfectly silent, as this thing explodes into bits of stardust that rain down over all of you. And you stand there for a moment looking at this thing, waiting to see if it moves. The vines and roots that were creeping from the tree have completely recoiled and gone back to the tree itself. You begin to look around you and see that the trees behind you that were all crooked too have begun to uncrookedify themselves. You watch as one begins to stand upright and the roots recoil back inside of it, and all of the knotted, twisted woodwork on its forward face begins to rectify itself. And then you're standing in this glade, and it feels like hours have passed, and seconds all at the same time, as those of you that aren't overcome by whatever madness Kellen is inflicting on this glade, you stare around nervously. It's too quiet. This is too normal. This should not... How is this happening? And then you hear the voice yet again. If you don't want to be crooked, the little girl will. And that witch who's got her, I'm sure they'd like to be crooked with me. If you won't play my games, I know who will. And then, just as quickly as it had been there, the tree that's in front of you, that crooked tree that took William Van Brunt and Percy Phipps, is no longer a crooked tree any longer. Just a normal, ancient oak standing in front of you. As you hear the sounds of snapping branches, cracking leaves, roots traveling through the earth in a direction that, now that you're looking at this forest, you can clearly tell is the exact path you need to take to Maggie Macduff's house. You all come to. Those of you that were compelled to be crooked realize the folly and that want as you stumble back from what is now just a large oak tree in front of you. You pat yourselves down and feel your limbs and your arms, confirming to yourself that you are, in fact, not crooked. You're whole. As you look around this space, you remember these trees in this forest. It's dark. It's eternal night in the land of Droskenwald. And at this point, you've been here long enough, it's begun to feel familiar. As you listen to the sounds of whatever was in that tree, whatever was in all of these trees, as it begins to move deeper into the forest and closer to Maggie Macduff and little Colette. And you imagine you can outrun it. Now that you look at this place and it's no longer under the glamour of whatever had been done to it, you realize you're not that far off from Maggie Macduff's house, and that you should be able to get there fairly quickly. She's a capable witch. She should at least be able to handle herself for a while. You're exhausted. It was a brutal battle. You look to where There should be a corpse of this entity, anything that you could look at to gain some additional knowledge or to learn more about this creature and how it became what it was and how this crookedness works. But there is nothing left of this creature for you to look at. It has been nearly vaporized by the light of the Lady of Loss, by the darkness of the Lady of Loss. You are wholly alone here.
Breathing heavily, I will sheath my sword, and without even thinking, I wipe some of the blood, of Farron's blood off of my face, and I lick my thumb to clean it off my face. Damn it! Damn that creature straight to the hells! And then I will kick my shield. Damn shield!
You do kick your shield, and it doesn't budge. And for a second, you wonder why, until you realize that growing up out of the very earth, you see tendrils. And at first, your mind goes back to that tree and the roots with the teeth, but this is not that. They're the thorny vines of a rose bush, as one large rose begins to unfurl and blossom, right near the sigil of the Morning Lord, holding on to the shield. Claiming this shield.
Damn it! Fine. I don't need it. I don't need the damn shield. I don't need protection. I keep asking for help, and it doesn't come. I don't need it. I'll be the protection. I'll protect myself, and I'll protect all of you.
That was awfully close.
The rosebush begins to strangle the shield, and you watch as a large crack appears down the very center. The sound of the cracking echoes out throughout this space.
Frustrated, it almost looks like I'm gonna spit on it. But I stop. We have to hurry.
He's right. She's going for them. We're close by, we can make it.
Wait.
As Virgil is pecking at my head. I'm sorry, Virgil. I won't listen to you. I'm not going to listen to that spooky lady no more. I'm sorry for everything I said and thought. Oh, are you sure about that? Well, I don't know why Briggsy didn't listen to you. Maybe you need to be a little bit more persuasive. Well, I don't know. We got to go find Chester. Chester! Are you there, Chester?
I just had a near-hanged experience. I almost did the hangman's jig. You didn't protect me from that! Not that your shield would have done much either, but...
I did protect you. I helped slay this beast.
Oh, I guess from a certain point of view you did.
Whatever this entity was, it had complete control over you. I did everything that I could to stop you from doing this jig.
She's very powerful. She got to the three of us in a matter of moments.
Virgil's mighty cross about that. I'm sorry, Virgil. I'll listen better next time.
Her voice reminds me of you. Do you know anything about what the fuck this is?
I don't know her, if that's what you're asking. But there were creatures. Familiar creatures of the Fae. Seelie Fae.
Unseelie Fae.
Unseelie Fae, excuse me. Thinking of ceiling mattresses.
That's funny.
I saw them. They were different, grown into the trees, or the trees grown into them. Hard to say. I'll look through the witch's eye again, briefly, and just not expecting to see anything left, but do I see anything else remaining now that the woods have kind of cleared back to a normal state?
Ooh, like a trail.
You look around and
Thank you.
you look around and you see no remnants of the Unseelie Fae or whatever that entity was in the crooked tree. You don't see the swirling black mist that you remember being in the heart of the amber shard beneath the crooked house. You see nothing, no remnants of the beast. But you do see something interesting. Amarius' shield. Where the rose chokes the shield and has snapped it in two, there's the faint glow of sunlight trying to break through.
I just got chills.
Oh no.
Curious. It seems the dark one was gone, but I do see something else, Marius. Perhaps you shouldn't be giving up on that shield just yet. And I'll give him a nod. Miss Lethica, are you alright?
I am hurt, but I can heal myself, and if anyone else needs healing, I am happy to provide.
Well, let's all patch ourselves up as we find our ponies. Gosh, I hope that nothing bad happened to Chester, or Carlton, or Buttercup,
Oh, Buttercup.
or
Nothing's gonna take that witch stomper.
or Witch Stomper, or the one that Lethica was riding.
Shadow Frank.
Shadow Frank.
How can I forget Shadow Frank?
I'm sure Dawn is just fine. That's a pretty badass horse.
Carlton!
As I'm gonna call out, I'm gonna look to see if her horses got spooked and fled, or are
They
they still
did.
there? Oh, they did.
They had left long before all of this happened.
Well, gosh, they should know the way back to the stables, right?
I think they'll be fine. It's not them we should be worrying of right now.
Is anyone else concerned that Marius manifested a demon horse from hell?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, like they were just a bunch of regular old horses, and then you go out into the yard, and all of a sudden there's, and I'm smelling sulfur.
That was my steed, Dawn.
Yeah, you fucking hell steed, Dawn. I mean, am I crazy? Am I the only one who sees this?
No, there's something going on.
Well, I did get a look of Dawn when right before we first met. I looked out the window, and it's looking a little different. Different shade of coat, you might say. Different look.
Horse of a different color.
A horse of a different color would say one another.
All right.
But it might not. It's not from hell necessarily. It's not like from the hells. Not Briggsy isn't calling you a devil or nothing.
I didn't think that it needed to be said out loud. But it's very clear that my God does not hear me here in this forsaken land.
Sure of that?
Something is wrong, and I am quite concerned that my king is dead.
How do you know that?
Because I made an oath. I made an oath to my king. That faith, that knowledge, that oath, that is where I've always gotten my power from. The Morning Lord is great, but it is my brother, King Victor Denathria, that gives me the faith that I need to carry on. And suddenly, it's all gone. It is all gone. And what remains? Roses. Red light. Something is wrong.
Marius, just as in the winter, when the trees go bare, and they seem at their weakest, dead even, growth comes again in the spring. As with you, light has dimmed, but it hasn't gone out. Don't give up your faith yet.
How long do you expect this winter to last? I have been alive for nearly a century. I have done good. I have done so much good. And this is what I'm rewarded with. And I smile. My fangs are large.
As this discussion has been happening, Lethica has approached the shield. I'm gonna lean down. Does it look like I could free the shield from the bush of
It looks
rose?
like the roses at this point is what had been just a thorny vine that had curled around it, it has now blossomed into a full rose bush. The shield is held deep within it, and where there had been a crack, the roses have now pulled both halves apart.
I will reach in and endeavor to find the root, the base of the bush, and attempt to rip it so that I can free the two halves from the bush.
Okay. How would we do this? Sleight of hand?
Sure.
See how dexterous you are to get your hand through all of the thorns, etc. Oh,
shit. Let's go.
You stare at this thing, the roses that are turning from buds into full bloom, and you watch as the bush is still growing in front of you. The smell of roses is almost overpowering here. It's a beautiful scent, but you know the magic from whence it comes. And you reach down into the bush and you wind your hand along the base of this rose bush, occasionally, yes, pricking your finger on a rogue thorn, until you're able to grab on to the very base of this thing, and you pull and you wrench. I need you to make a strength saving throw, or a strength check, I guess, not a saving throw, to see if you're able to pull the roots out.
Oh! Flat 15.
Oh.
That is enough for a rose bush. You grab onto this thing with all of your might. You wrench the roots out. You hear in the back of your mind a almost hissing, angry sound, as if a woman is displeased with the choice that you have made.
No.
It'll hear back.
Thanks, Derek.
Can we normalize hissing when we're upset?
We sometimes. I do. I do.
Set me down for it.
I will blink at that hoe.
You do. You blink at that hoe as you wrench the rose bush free. You watch as the roots and the bush itself begins to wither and die almost instantaneously. And as it does, as it turns to almost soil in your hand, a decomposition, the scent of sulfur fills your nostrils as you breathe this in, but both halves of the shield are free.
I'll pick up the two halves and I will turn to Marius.
I still seem to be engaged with Farron at this moment, and I don't seem to notice. There's no time for squabbling. We have to go. We have a tree to kill.
I won't fight you on that.
Seeing that you didn't notice, I will slip the sides of the shield into bag.
Oh, Bag is happy about this.
Not Bag!
Holy shit.
Bag reaches up hungrily, happily, and allows and helps you to ease the pieces of the shield down inside of his compartment. And as Bag finishes putting the pieces of the shield in, both of the arms come up and they wrap around your neck for just a moment before up to your cheeks, and they pat you there almost lovingly before they suck themselves back down into Bag itself.
We need to do something about those nails.
Gosh, I try to forget that it murdered a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, anyways.
Yeah, why do I love Bag so much?
There's a little girl waiting for the tea time to come back, and then the arms come back, and they are
Everyone loves Bag.
I'll look up at the tree and sort of seeing some of the visions of what I had seen kind of come to pass, and then stop, and I'll turn to Marius and say, look, it's nothing to be upset about. All right, I'm not saying it's just you. Look at us. And I'll take a rum bottle out of my coat, and I'll pop the cork out and I'll take a swig. And I look at like the ghost still like swirling around Yorgrim and leaving, and the darkness from Lethica, and like the creepy blighted wicker. There's a literal demon crow clucking at us.
As me mates used to say, we're devils in black sheep. We're really bad eggs. So drink up, me hearty. Yo ho.
And I'll pass you the rum bottle.
I will take it from you. I'll take a deep swig. I'll pass it back to you, and I will give you this sort of wry smile. Again, it's impossible now for me to hide my fangs. And I look at you and I say, you're right. It's about time we make use of what's been given to us.
You're exactly right.
May I?
I'll reach forward and I'll grab the rum bottle and I'll, with a cloth, take care of a few wounds. And then have a more ginger sip and then pass it back.
Anyone else?
And what I think Briggsy's trying to say is, it ain't so bad to have an unfathomably ancient, fiendish power inside of you, as long as you use it for good, like saving the little one and Miss Macduff, which we should probably get on our way on account that we gotta go on foot.
It's not Lathander that stood tall, shoulder to shoulder with us as we've run into the darkness time and time again. It's you. Doesn't matter where you draw strength.
Thank you, my friend. Those are very nice words of solace. Shall we?
Yeah, I think that we'd be like walking and talking, right?
That's fine.
Now you are, yeah.
Casually striding. Well, we'll chase this horrible tree monster.
No, you have been having this conversation, or a lot of this conversation you have been able to have as you walk. Everything after Lethica placed the 2 pieces of the shield into bag, you were able to begin your journey towards Maggie Macduff's house. And it takes a while, though you know that you were closer than you expected and on the right track. This is still a forest in the dark of night. And you have to be on your guard because there are things that lurk in the trees. Maybe not as horrifying as that beast or the crooked tree, but there are still dangerous things here. There was still that large monster that was lurking in the darkness just days ago, last you were in here. And you have to be wary as you slowly make your way towards Maggie Macduff's house. And eventually, you feel yourself nearing the place. And you already begin to notice that the trees look a little more crooked than you would expect. They lean differently. The knotwork on them, causing them to look almost like hanged man as they encircle this entire place. You can hear once again the slithering of the roots, and you smell the metallic scent of blood in the soil. And you know that though you made haste, that whatever this entity is, crookedness has already reached Maggie Macduff's house. And so you rush forward as fast as you can at this point, no longer worried about the noises that you're making or what else might lurk in these woods, because the darkest thing in these woods now is already here. You rush forward and you see that the cottage and a circle around it is completely devoid of crookedness. You see candles everywhere, burning brightly in a circle around this place. And then you see the beautiful silvery blue light of one Flora, a spectral rabbit familiar that darts this way and that, constantly keeping the candles burning. She looks exhausted. She looks weakened as she jumps from one candle to the next, continually relighting them with spectral flame. She looks towards all of you, excited for a moment, realizing that you're here.
you're here. Hi. Oh.
Flora, is there anything we can do to help?
Go inside. Help her. I gotta keep the candles going.
Can we help with the candles?
No. Oh my gosh, you're not as fast as me. Go inside, please.
But many hands make light work.
She stops,
that's me twice.
she
I go
stops
inside.
for a moment and some of the candles go out. She squeals loudly and continues to rush even faster to get them going again.
Thank you, Flora.
I look around. Does it look like the trees are like trying to encroach
Yes,
into the
it
cottage?
does. It looks very much like this ring of candles that Flora is tending to is what is keeping the crookedness out. It is very clear. You can smell that Maggie McDuff, and you can see the smoke coming from her chimney, that she has something brewing. You can hear her chatting to herself and potentially even Colette, as it becomes clear that she's working on something, that they're trying to protect this. They're trying to protect her home. But as you notice the trees encroaching in, you also see that the candles are about half spent. The wicks are low, and that there is not much time before there will be nothing to illuminate the darkness.
Hurry. Inside, all of us.
I hustle in.
Yep.
No, don't look at that rabbit, Virgil. We got business to attend to.
You rush inside. It's the door opens easily as you find yourself in the quaint cottage that you are familiar with. You've been here before. You see vials of that mushroom elixir that Maggie McDuff had concocted to get rid of the sickness in the village. You see that she has crates and bottles of this stuff pre-made and ready to go. And it is in this moment that you hear the sounds of whinnying. You rush to one of the side windows, and you see that all of your horses are stabled outside. They had somehow known to run in this direction, and they had been they had already been tied up, given water, and they have buckets of what looks to be the scraps of whatever Maggie has been cooking recently, eggshells and bits of carrot and things. Horses eat that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Shadow
It's
Frank
true.
is
They
showing
do.
us the meaning of compost waste.
Exactly, yeah. That's a lot of calcium in eggshells.
I can't help but think
are you
after
looking at me like that? You
what
think
Briggsy
there
was
was
saying before,
eggshells?
where it's like there's Shadow Frank and there's Witch Stomper and all the lovely
Witch
horses.
Stomper has a Witch
Music starts playing.
Yeah.
Witch Stomper.
Witch Stomper is Isabel and Dawn is Doom Guy.
So all of the horses have these buckets of compost in front of them. Witch Stomper has a plate with a beautiful steak. I don't even. Horses don't eat meat. I don't think they do.
This one does.
If it's a plate of something, it's got to be chicken piccata.
But
That's not
Witch Stomper does eat steak, so Witch Stomper's gonna eat this
What a
steak.
Chad.
two hooves, just.
Oh, and Witch Stomper has human teeth.
Fabulous.
I hate it. I really hate
Thing
it.
of nightmares.
He's like a white dinner napkin tucked into his like bridle or whatever as he eats the.
A wine, just.
But the fact of the matter is, the horses have made their way here. They ran through the forest and they were safe. They found the house and they were given refuge here. Maggie seems to notice you, but she puts her hands up as if she's busy with something as you watch as she is going through shelf after shelf after shelf, pulling out satchels and vials of different herbs and different things. She has a large jar of salt next to her. She has a drawer that is just piled full of candles. She has all sorts of things around her, and she pulls all of these things out, and then she stops for a minute, almost looking down nervously. She turns and she looks at each of you. So I guess you know it's coming then. You've seen it. You've been in the forest.
I have.
We have heard a voice.
It's already here.
I've heard
The
her
crooked
voice
tree.
too, and so is Colette. And she looks over. She looks over to a small cot against the wall, and you see Colette sitting there in a pink night dress, and she's just sitting there staring up at the moon. She won't talk, not right now. I think she's listening to the voice, but nothing I can say, nothing I can do is getting her attention. She hasn't tried to leave the room, but we've got to do the best that we can to stop this thing from encroaching further on the house.
Should we bind the child in case she runs or tries to leave?
I don't think that's something we need to do. She's all right now. If she starts doing anything strange, we'll worry about it then. But she's just a child.
That is my fear.
I think she's scared. She's been through a lot. Even before all of this happened, after seeing what happened to her parents, she's not been the same.
How can we help cleanse the forest?
Right now, I have Flora outside. She's got a warden circle going on with all the candles, but all of the white candles I've got nothing left. Once those burn down, if we don't do something, it's gonna overtake us.
Do you have a plan? We just met her in battle, and all we did was drive her here.
Oh, when you put it like that.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. By the way.
Also, there's all this like yellow pus running down your face.
Don't look at me.
Common Edge of Midnight party, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you have any Vicine?
The only thing I think we can do is similar to what we did the last time you were here. I know that you don't like these powers that reside in you, but you've got power, all of you. We're gonna have to do some kind of ritual if we're gonna banish this thing. And it's not something I can do on my own. I've already tried. And you see that where her cauldron had been, it is now atop the fire, and it's bubbling and boiling. But there's clearly the remnants of some ritual she'd tried to perform. It was unsuccessful. I can't do it on my own. I'm not capable enough.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will do whatever we can.
I don't have a ritual for something like this. We're gonna have to write this one on our own. I've got some things for us to use.
Is there any chance?
And we don't have much time.
Is there any chance that the voice can interfere in any kind of way?
Not as long as those candles are burning.
All right.
The only times I hear it sinking is if Flora gets too tired and some of those candles go out. But the moment she gets them lit again, we're fine.
We probably don't have a lot of time then. They look
don't.
to be burning down.
So I've got things for us to use. And I'm not sure if any of you are a poet, but I'm sure Hope and Jericho is.
Gosh!
We're gonna need some kind of rhyme or something to say to cleanse the space, but one of you strong enough to grind some things?
Yes.
Can I count on one of you to tend a flame?
Yes. Not me.
Then who?
Oh,
I mean, he's all about fire.
Sir Marius is quite fiery in temper and demeanor and
All right then.
spirit.
And sword.
And one of you, can you handle ringing a bell on cue?
Lethic is really great at that. Sorry, I keep voluntolding everyone.
Oh, yes.
There's no time! There's no time, Flora!
My bell-ringing skills are sung about across
All right,
the
well,
land.
if you want to take the bell right over there, that'll be yours.
Oh, shit.
We'll let you know when we need to use it. Which one of you is strong enough to grind the herbs that we need?
I can grind.
All right, if you can hand it.
It's the herbs. Not just like on the dance floor.
Can you pass me the Batman?
Stop it, you pervert!
Alright, you're a pervert. God.
Do you want a pen and paper?
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Just take the bucket.
Oh.
Here, pass it down. No.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's half the fun. All right. Is one of you of the earth, Farron? There's a bowl there, please, if you could take it, and it's got some gemstones in it for this purpose.
Oh, I was water last time. Is there a water roll in this ritual?
If you want to go ahead and grab that cauldron in front of you, the small one.
Oh,
We're
this
gonna need
one?
it, yeah.
There's all these doubloons in it. It's perfect.
There should be another cauldron.
This one's got candles.
Oh,
in
yeah,
it.
that one.
Well, this one's got part of
the
doubloons.
candles out of it.
Candles are fine in it.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
We'll eventually all need those candles. You can hold them safe right now. Marius, you're gonna tend the flame.
That is the plan, I suppose.
You want to go ahead and take this for me? And you're gonna need this to light it.
Hell yeah.
Spooky stuff.
Keep it away from our hydrogen microphones.
So we've got the bell, we've got the gems, we've got the candles, we've got the incense, and you're gonna handle the herbs. If you can go ahead and just pass me that apothecary's chest down there, I'll begin doling out what we need.
Drop it with my hooves.
Oh, my hooves.
My hooves.
Erin's actually had hooves on. She pulls off like the deer to Adventure Time.
God, I haven't thought about that in so long.
Doesn't Finn like snap its neck really grossly?
It's really
Yeah,
terrifying.
it's like a really like dark episode.
Nothing else would be better than Frank the Human Boy.
I'm gonna get a recording of
Can
that.
you put this back on the table for me, please? You can just put it right in front here. I'll make it easiest.
Flying squirrel.
What are you doing?
All right.
Regular,
Does this incense burn similar to the ones that you brought over to Endless Nights, where I have to like light it and then kind of like let it?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
you
got
light it and then you just
I learned my
you
lesson.
blow on it a little bit
He's the
until
fire
you get it
master
to.
here.
And
I'm just not the
if you
incense
want to take
master.
this one, if just in case that one burns all the way
Thank you. I would
all the way
like to
down,
do
I got a
this one.
second one for you.
Oh, shit.
All right. So this is how this is how this is going to work.
Go through the zone.
You looked at me like I was crazy.
We need to crush the herbs one at a time. All the while, Jericho, I need you to write me a ritual. You can all help. It should be a rhyme. What we're looking for is something for healing, protection, chasing away the shadows, and banishing.
Oh gosh, how soon do you need it?
Minutes.
Oh,
Should we take an IRL coffee break?
You'll have more than enough time to do it while the rest of us work on this ritual.
oh gosh, I'll noodle.
Well, this is happening. I'm going to be handing you herbs one at a time. You need to take a small pinch of them, crush them together, and with the next one, add another small pinch and crush that together too. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Say it again. Do it really quick.
I'm gonna hand you the mugwort.
Oh,
You'll take a small pinch. You'll place it into the pestle. You'll crush it down. Then, when I hand you the lavender, you'll take a small pinch, put it into the mugwort, and crush them together. And you'll do this until you get through every single one of these herbs. Can you handle that?
yes, I can handle that.
All right then. All the while, I want you to make sure that you're keeping the incense burning.
Yes.
Lethica, after every single herb that he puts into the pestle, once it's crushed, I want you to ring that bell once for me. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right. Farron, I want you to take those crystals and I want you to put them on each one of the cardinal directions. Doesn't matter. Okay. Just, you can use the table. You can use the table. I believe the table's in cardinal directions.
North is any way you want it to be.
Scooby-Doo monster game.
Briggsy. Well, Yorgrim, once you're finished crushing everything, I want you to put all of that directly into that bowl there that Farron is holding right now.
Okay.
And then I want you to pass it to Briggsy.
Oh.
Pass the
then-
empty pestle to Briggsy.
No,
Oh.
the bowl Farron's holding right now that has all of the crushed up herbs.
She's gonna give the bowl to you, and you put the herbs in, and then you hand the bowl to me.
Got it.
Briggsy, once that's done, I want you to take all the herbs and dump them there into that cauldron.
This one, not the pirate, the blue one. This one.
That one. Then what I want you to do is you'll light each one of those candles and pass them out to everyone here.
Oh fuck! Can I have Marius help me with that?
Yes.
Marius can help you with it.
I would be
Thanks.
honored, Briggsy.
And then, once they're all lit, you'll drop one bit of wax from each of you into that cauldron.
on top of those herbs. And then I need each of you to write down what needs to happen here, what your hope is for this place, for its protection, for its healing, for the banishment of this crooked, whatever it is. Not just for my home, but for Cyril, for Folson's. And we're all going to put those inside of that cauldron. And then we'll light it flame. While we repeat the words Jericho writes.
We have an understanding that here, other places, names have power. We calling upon them.
You're doing whatever you feel like you need to do to muster up the power to make this work. It is too strong a magic's for someone like myself. It's too strong for me to even protect my home, let alone to protect this entire place. So if you need to call on something on someone, then you do it.
Understood.
Arwen, do we have an understanding? Do we have an agreement of what needs to happen? Mugwort, for cleansing.
I will begin the lighting of the incense.
Place one stone to the north.
To clarify, there are 5
One of-
crystals in this bowl.
The
Like
large
one in
one
the middle.
with the large one, the one much larger than the others, should go in the
It's
middle,
got
and
an
it should
M
go
on it.
last.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Perfect. Marius, you were the right choice to tend the flame. I wonder what the mortar and pestle sounds like on stream.
Hopefully ASMR.
It doesn't have
yeah.
to be
Horrible.
perfect either.
Are you ready for your haircut?
Y'all, it smells witchy as fuck up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually want us to write on these?
Yes.
Okay. When you're
Clinks and grinding, nice, eh? Mmm, crunchy.
Crunchy. Oh, it smells so good. So good.
The mugwort is grinded.
I'll give it a little, and hearing that initial weak sound, I will channel the Lady of Loss and use thaumaturgy to.
I wonder how that sounded in the microphone.
That's pretty cool.
And it emanates through the house and well beyond and into the forest.
And with that, we'll do the blue cornflower next. This will enhance the magic, utilizing the moon. And she looks to you with a smile.
And a crystal placed to the east.
With but bell duty to do, I will keep an eye on the herbs that Yorgrim is grinding and peek out the window, keeping an eye on Flora.
You see that Flora is very, very tired. Her movements are not as sprightly. She occasionally misses candles and has to jump back and relight them. They are slowly dwindling. The light that illuminates from them is not as bright as it had been, and you can see that the trees now are on the very, very edge, and they're even looming over it, where the light doesn't touch. You can see their crooked limbs reaching towards the house.
Periodically, I'm going to try and keep an eye on Flora as we go through this ritual. Still, as much of my attention as I give this, I'm drawn in. But I want to keep an eye on her. And for the first time in perhaps hundreds of years, I wish I could make a candle illuminate instead of extinguishing it.
Very sweet. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke on the stream.
Whoa.
That looks really cool.
That does look cool.
That's really cool.
The cornflower is grinded.
And with that, we'll add in the clove for banishing.
I have my little like flip songbook that looks like a ratchety version of Steve's notebook from Blue's Clues.
There's literally an armchair on the front of it.
And I was, gosh. Mikey also missed what these note cards are for.
Oh, you'll eventually.
You are supposed to write
What we hope to accomplish.
What you hope to accomplish, not just for the house, but for Cyril, for Full Sense as a whole. She's trying to extend this banishing spell, this cleansing spell, and this protection spell to the entirety of this province.
I'm going metaphorical.
I don't see that.
Gosh. Okay, can I use the restroom?
Sure. Do you mind dimming this light for me, please?
Oh, yes. I
can't be dimmed
I don't
anymore.
mind what
I don't.
Oh,
I
we
think
can't
got
dim it
that.
anymore?
Yeah,
the
we,
dimmer switch?
the big bulb that we put in there like a year ago.
Oh, it
if you
doesn't have
dim
a
it, it
dimmer
does the
switch.
What would happen
flickery
if we just
thing.
turned off the orb
Can we turn
for
it
a
off
bit?
and just
What
put some,
about
like,
these
backlit
guys?
Yeah, we can turn those
Some
off.
spooky backs.
Let's try to. Well, yeah.
Just try the orb. Try to turn off the orb.
But if you no, just don't hit the power switch because the power switch will.
No, I'm not gonna hit the power switch because then we're fucked.
Ooh, smoky!
Let me make sure that this is the right one.
clove
Is this
is
white? I
grinding.
don't know if you can see. Is this the white one?
We'll give it a second while they
Yes, that is.
figure this
It
out.
is.
Cord, is it the right white cord?
It's the only white cord.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's too spooky for
What
me.
about turning on that light?
I got you. I got you.
Oh yeah.
That's a good amount of spooky, I think.
I like this.
It's a good amount of spooky.
Ooh, look at all the smoke.
Ooh, spooky.
Dramatic.
Ooh. You finish the clove.
The clove is grinded.
Then next, I'll pass you the lavender
Start to the south.
for calm, for soothing, to ease the wearied hearts of everyone in Folson's.
Oh gosh, it's dark. Okay.
Keep writing.
Oh, I got it. No, I've got it. I got it down. It's a bit of a tune. Are we allowed to use a tune? I'm more of a tunesmith rather than a poet.
That's perfectly fine. Does it rhyme?
Yes. Well, yes. It
That'll
does. There
do.
is some rhyming.
This is not the music I want.
The lavender is grinded.
Looking out at Flora. Oh, yes, thank you.
And next, we'll add in a little bit of orange peel for healing.
Oh, this is gonna smell good.
Oh.
Can I get a little bit of that? You know, scurvy and all. Thanks.
I'm so pleased with the amount of Dayquil in my system at this time.
This is the coolest fucking thing we've ever done. Stream. I hope we get to read our cards.
Wait till Icebound. I'm bringing Squand.
Squand.
It's dry underwater and out of the water. It's Squand.
Good night, Derek. It's time to go home.
It's Squand. It's Squand.
Stop.
It's wet and dry and wet.
It's Squand. It's Squand.
It's underwater. It's still dry.
No, that's where I'm with wet.
You were making this ritual so not cool, Derek.
I didn't do anything. He started singing it's Squand.
The orange peel is grinded.
Thank you, Yorgrim.
Ground.
Ground. I just went to school for orcs that read really.
You've really got
Not college
grind on the
for-
mind.
Yeah, it's just ground. I just can't believe we waited till the fifth one to tell me it was ground instead of grinded.
And next, we have lemon peel to chase away the shadows.
Place another.
She'll tell you. I'm keeping an eye, watching Yorgrim, keeping an eye. I'll pause and think of everything we've experienced so far and start to ruminate on my wish, on what is going to be my dream, my desire, if I could snap my fingers, what would I want for Folson's? And I think I have something in mind right away. And I'll keep it quiet and secret in my heart until it's time to pass it into words.
Perfect.
The lemon peel is ground.
And lastly, the final herb. Rose petals. For love. For happiness. For compassion. For Cyril is broken. And they need to find a way to trust and to love again.
It's times like these we learn to love again.
Oh gosh. You're doing great, Jurgen. You're doing great, Marius.
Oh,
You're doing great, Briggsy.
oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're doing great, Lafika.
Thank you.
You're doing great, Farron.
Jericho, have you completed your work?
The lemon peel is ground.
You're doing great, Miss McDuff.
Thank you, Jericho. Now hand him the bowl, Farron.
That's right. I forgot I was supposed to do that.
Me? Oh no.
The vessel for you.
Briggsy. No, my time has come.
He's gonna miss.
The king has returned. Sorry, it's a little bit of a Rafiki joke.
He lives in you.
All right. And now you all need to light the candles and allow one drop of wax to land into that cauldron.
Yeah, it's gonna drip a little. These wicks are very long.
The studio burned
Nah,
down.
we're alright, we're alright.
Just make sure you have blow power
Yep.
in case.
Blow power?
Just making sure the wick
I have
goes down.
always got blow power.
Oh, thank you.
Oh gosh. Well,
Is there music going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's very quiet.
yeah, crank that shit.
It's the kindred music.
Yeah, it's perfect. Thank you. All right, let's try this.
Oh, that was badass. I can't even say in character.
Should we be saying anything when we do this?
My hand will lift from my wrist and start to float the cauldron around.
I'm extremely flammable. Careful of your arm, Briggsy. I know it's detached, but just careful.
Please don't go in my coffee cup.
That's another candle.
Oh, you can get a little more than one for me.
I'm a lot of hay and
For all intents and purposes, it was one.
burlap.
All intents and purposes.
All intents and purposes.
Oh, I love that you
Oh,
said
I did
that.
it! I did it! And I didn't light on fire!
All right. And now with that, Jericho, if you can go ahead and do the ritual for us.
Well, it was in short notice, so
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
It'll do. And then once you're done, we will all blow out the candles. You have your written notes, yes?
Yes.
I do, yes.
Once it's done, or we should do this now. We should do this now. I want you to, for the sake of the ritual, you wouldn't say what's on these, but I think for the sake of chat and we're a D&D stream, you can say what's on it. Then I want you to light it on fire and
So
put
if
it
this
in
was
the...
animated, it would cut to each of our faces, and you would hear our internal monologue read what it says on the card. And we light it on fire and put it in?
Put it in the cauldron, yeah. And we'll do them one at a time because we don't
Are
want
we
the...
actually lighting these on fire?
We've done it
Just
before.
make sure the cauldron is nearby when we do it. Don't just light your shit
Don't
on
light
fire.
it on
and be like,
fire
oh, fuck,
now. It
where's the
needs to go
cauldron?
into the cauldron.
We'll do them one at a time.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll do it
Who
one
wants
at
to
a
start?
time.
Well, just do we read ours before Jericho goes or after?
Jericho will go after. So
Oh.
Briggsy, you'll start. Read what it says. Light it on fire. Put it in the cauldron, and then blow out your candle.
Freedom to take control of our fates. Little sketch of crossbones.
And put it in the
I'm
cauldron.
just gonna give mine to Briggsy to light on fire.
I hope it's okay. I bought my index cards from Asbestos Incorporated.
You want to go next?
Hey, it's your turn.
Duchess of Sin, I call upon you in my time of need. Give me the power to protect this place and these people. The Morning Lord and King Denathria are gone. My oath is one of crown, and you are my queen, Lilith.
Big boner. Cool, man.
It did good work.
It did good work. Just leave it. It'll be fine.
The Duchess was like, no problem, bro.
The fire marshal in me right now is screaming. I'm like, oh god.
I'm thinking about...
Just let it go.
Boy Scout, Boy
Yeah,
Scout.
just let it go. Just let it go.
Okay.
It's okay.
We're okay.
I have a water
Just
bottle.
don't put it towards anything else.
Let's wait for it
just
to
let it
die
go.
down until...
See?
It's a lot of smoke going up in there.
Yeah, we got some real fire coming up on that screen.
And there's a lot of electronics in this room, and what I can see are potentially sprinklers.
Sprinklers actually activate from heat, not smoke.
Oh.
That's true.
It's good they're not in my bedroom.
How do you know that?
It's a good thing to know.
Smart guy. You know what I
I
mean?
know that they activate from putting hangers on them in hotels rooms. Hotel rooms. Sorry. Here we go. Gotcha.
Maiden, banish the darkness in Druskenwald, and enable my friends to find what they seek.
Just the one is good enough. Because you don't want it to get too... Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Pass it.
Freedom from grief, to be healed of their sins, and to live good lives.
Oh, we should have had this.
Make sure it is not close to anything.
Green to black, flesh to bone, I bring Gorthos through my being to these crooked lands. Let the rod of the earth consume the evil here, and let what grows return to the natural order of things. Blighted one, hear me.
That's really cool. Do I go? Or do we wait?
Why don't you go while we wait?
You can go.
A little song will kind of play in my head. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. Swing that sword that you made with the pain that they gave you. That pain is gonna save you.
I'll just wait and make sure. If
We're
it's
okay.
burning. Okay, we're good.
I fake lit mine. I just give a little smoky smoke.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm nervous.
I'm not gonna reach over there. Yeah.
But we can also move this. Oh, it's a little token.
No, just
No.
let it be.
Yeah, let it be.
There
We
we
want to
go.
we want to keep it away from everything, so.
It's perfect.
It's good.
It smells nice.
All right, at this point, Jericho, if you want to say your ritual, and when he's done, you'll all blow out the candles, and then I'll have you ring that bell just one more time.
All you help us purge the tree. It wants to turn us crooked, but we bid it now to flee. Strange powers led us here, we call them 2 times 3. On the edge of midnight, we purge the crooked tree.
Ring the bell. As the sound of the bell escapes out from you, it's not just that same ringing that you'd heard before, but it almost whoom, 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 and it shoots out from the very center of this place, from the crystals that Farron had placed on the floor, from the cauldron that is burning, releasing into smoke your hopes and your wishes and your will for this place. As all of it is carried out by the ringing of the bell, you feel this whoosh of power spread out from you as it contracts. And then in like a beautiful bright light, it just booms over this land. You hear the sound of cracking limb and breaking tree as all of the light that was outside is completely snuffed out for a second before all of a sudden the flames roar to their height, and that circle of candles that Flora was keeping in control of outside are now roaring with a magical fire. You rush towards the windows and you look out and you can see as the crooked trees are being repelled backwards, as it looks as if they've almost ripped root from ground and are running from this place. You hear in the back of your mind that same voice screaming a pained and gnarled and crooked scream as it is repelled further from this place. And you listen to this for what feels like an hour, but it is mere moments as everything quiets. And then you hear, the voice is gone. It's not talking to me anymore. Thank you. Maybe I can sleep now.
Colette, what did it say to you? The voice that you heard?
Is my mom okay? It told me that I could be crooked like my dad. That I could be crooked like my mom. But my mom's okay, right? It was just my dad that thing hurt.
You listen to us, girl. No matter what happened to your parents, no matter what happens to anyone, we're not crooked. They loved you. Love you always.
She looks at you with a knowing nod as tears begin to spill out of her eyes and down her cheeks. Okay. It's gonna be okay. I told it no. Over and over and over again. I told it no.
Good girl.
That my mom and my dad, they would want me to be strong. They would want me to be the Colette that they raised, no matter what happened. Miss McDuff, would you like me to help you clean up? I need to occupy my mind for a little bit. Maggie walks over to her and puts her hand on her shoulder and gives it a squeeze. You can do whatever you like, Colette, as long as you don't leave the house, all right? If cleaning will make you feel better, then you go right ahead and do it. If you want to lay down, if you want me to call in Flora, I know you two have been snuggling all night long, and I've ribbed you about it a few times, but you can sleep side by side tonight if it'll make you happy. I would like that, tonight. But for now, I'll help clean up this mess. And she hops down off of the bed and wipes the tears from her face. She looks out the window one more time up at the moon and steels herself for what she knows is her reality. as she gets to helping to clean, putting away the herbs. You hear her muttering under her breath. Lemon peel for chasing away the shadows. Orange peel for healing. Lavender for calming and soothing. As if she's taking a mental note of everything that was done here.
I'll peek out the window. Are the candles still lit?
They are. They're roaring. Much more flame than you would expect from candles this small, but it does look like they're slowly going back down to what would be normal. It's in that moment that you hear the sound of something slamming against the stoop. And you see the small body of Flora. Flora crawls up into the house.
I'm so tired. Oh, bunnies. Bunnies shouldn't have to hop like that. That's horse stuff right there.
Get in here, get in here.
I'm coming in.
She hops in and you see her ears like dancing this way or that.
I'm so excited. I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted, but even then, I can't stop my ears from having a good time when something nice has happened.
And you watch as her ears just kind of dance this way or that.
Did you see that cool magic? Oh my gosh, it chased away those crooked trees so fast.
So we're like totally good? There's no more spooky stuff outside anymore?
Oh, I don't know, but at least around the house, everything smells like roses. And lavender, and lemons, and oranges, and cloves, and mugwort, and blue cornflower, and roses.
And she just starts dancing. She's exhausted. You can see that occasionally she like bends over and is like heaving.
She's in
but
that,
then
like,
she can
post-tired frenzy.
Yeah. And she's doing this as she's slowly making her way over to the bed. She climbs up into it and pulls Colette's blankets up over herself.
And roses, and cloves, and I'll be right here if you need any.
And she passes out.
I catch her.
As soon as I finish my last note and the magic triggered and the ritual worked, my head would have kind of thrust back a little bit, and it would have snapped forward. And this entire time, my eyes are just focused intently on the smoke coming off of the candle.
The candles outside appear to be stable. Nothing is putting them out. We have at least bought time.
But how much?
We don't know if we cast her back from this house or if we banished her from Cyril itself.
I mean, if we showed up and she came here, and now we just scared her away from here to somewhere else, it doesn't feel like this is the sort of thing that would stop or kill a being that needed to be imprisoned in some sort of amber monolith.
But at the very least, it's a start. And I want to thank you, Briggsy, for your wonderful advice earlier.
Oh, I'm glad. You know, it's about time we started embracing our true natures.
I think things are going to turn around for us.
You know what? It's very optimistic. I agree. I think, you know what? We're slowly putting out every little fire. And this was the next one. And who knows what the fuck the next one's gonna be. But hopefully we'll do some really cool but pretty spooky ritual there too.
Great work, by the way, Jericho. You can put the candle down, though.
Huh? What? What happened?
Are you alright,
Did we do it? Did it work?
Jericho, your words, they were beautiful.
Oh gosh, well thank you. I know it was on real short notice, so it was not my best work, but I'm glad that it seemingly did the trick. Gosh, y'all did so well.
You work well under pressure, Jericho. You should be proud.
Well, thank you. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, so to speak, I just shut it off and let whatever comes to my head guide my hand. That's what Virgil always says to do, and it hasn't steered me wrong yet.
let's, for one moment, be thankful. Can we join hands just for a moment and have a moment of peace? Maggie, please.
I think that's a great idea. I think the final inclusion of the roses I put in there for love. That is what this place needs. That's what all of us need. It's love. The love of our friends, the love of our family, the love of our kin, the love of our home. And I think that right now, a lot of the people I've loved have been taken from me. But you all have come into my life. And I have a soft spot in my heart for each and every one of you. Tomorrow, I'm hoping that you'll help me take all of these tonics down to Cyril so we can start dishing them out to the townspeople and start figuring out what needs to be done to put this place right. But for tonight, let us love each other.
Agreed.
Amen. I hold my hands out.
I hold my hands out, but you can see that I'm kind of looking off and my mind is elsewhere, thinking about ones that I've lost.
Are you going to lead this then?
No, I stand there and you would feel just the silent smile behind my mask. I'm not putting words into it. I'm looking and savoring. I don't want to start because I don't want to finish.
Be safe.
Well, I just want to say how awful gracious I am that I finally, after all these many long years of just being me and old Virgil, that I have some genuine friends that ain't a weird, gross crow.
Hear, hear, Jericho.
Damn straight.
Well, I'm thankful, as I've already said, for each and every one of you, and for the fact that you haven't let what's happened here stop you from being willing to help those in need. That's love, and I'm thankful for it.
You have my word that I will do everything in my power to protect all of you and anyone that needs help moving forward.
Always aid. That's a tenet, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
We have aided this evening, not just ourselves to protect us, but to protect the people of this land. That is important.
I'm thankful for this lot of really bad eggs. We've become a bit of a crew, we have. And, we're gonna do some pretty great things.
I didn't think that I would ever call anyone a friend again. But I'm glad to have found all of you here in this land together.
If you had asked me at the beginning of this journey if I thought things could change, I would have told you that my heart was dead. What I loved had died, and I had no use for it, but I'm seeing now that it can grow, it can live again. It's a tiny heartbeat, but I can feel it.
Thank you all. Why is it when you start this thing, that's immediately when you need to scratch your nose?
I think... Cheers to love, then. Cheers to doing what's right. Cheers to the future. And that's where we'll end the session.
What great session! Done.
I had so much fun.
Thanks for running this unbelievable, absurd session.
Get back in. Wait, so we have Antros and Children.
Should I blow this up?
Yeah. And we can get the lights back on.